Hey folks, it's the Red, and welcome back to Let's Play Shantae. We've finally come to the end of the game. We are now at the final stage, Risky's Hideout, and the Tinkerbat Steam Factory. And it is time to make our way to the end. But first, let's go ahead and look at this light beam here. Here's where you would step to return to the overworld in case there were any items you want to pick up. And as you can see, the voice is not shouting at us anymore. Return to the spy scope. That shouldn't be necessary. I have just about everything I'm going to need to get through this thing. So anyway, here we go on to the final stage, and honestly, it's not going to be much different from the intro stage, in length or difficulty. We have a few steam pipes around, but don't worry, they don't hurt you. So just walk through them as you normally would. I mean, it's just steam! Since when does steam hurt you? Okay, so maybe there's a few examples. Whatever. Let's just get on with it now. Yes, we have lots of Tinkerbats around, and you know what? I took that one out a little quickly. I'm gonna give a free shot for the next one. Come on, you can do it. A little lower. Okay, I gave you plenty of chances. So yeah, we've got another pretty intro stage-ish level here. There's a heart up here if you need it. You shouldn't, after just a couple enemies. Try not to jump into fire torches either, that's not very nice. These Tinkerbats will ride an elevator up this pole, but switch into an elephant. And send them tumbling down. It's raining Tinkerbats! I almost feel bad for these guys. Really, that just didn't seem like a good strategy at all. Anyway, we have a need for the monkey during this part. See? These other transformations aren't completely rendered useless by the harpy. I'd like to see the harpy try and get through these pipes. Anyway, we have a little bit of a maze here. Some points will take you to a heart, like this one up here. But we need the lower path in order to progress. Come on, get up there, okay. They're laying the steam on pretty thick here. And here we will have a new enemy type. It's a Tinkerbot of some kind, but it takes 10 hits to destroy. After 5 it will speed up. They can be a little annoying to handle, as you can see. It's giving me a little bit of a run for my money, but that might be because I'm in monkey form. But if you keep your distance, they aren't too bad. But I figure now might be a good time to show off another item that I'm planning to use. This is the Flash Fireball. Want to see how good it is? It shoots 3 fireballs in a straight line. And is a very nifty projectile attack. As you can see, it took out this enemy that normally takes 10 hits in 2. These are the things I meant to show back when I was fighting the eagles back in the Eagle Wasteland. And now, it's time to play Shantae Spinball. Launch yourself out of this cannon and into the enemy Tinkerbats above. Once you clear them all out, then you can make your way to the top. Just keep shooting out of the cannon until they're all gone. This is so goofy, I like it though. And then launch yourself out once more, and you'll arrive at the top. Just tilt the cannon all the way to the left, and then go to the right one, and then you'll be able to make it to the top every time. It seems kind of sporadic the way you come out of the cannon, but yeah, you do have some control over it. It's mainly just a matter of finding that sweet spot. And more circus Tinkerbats. Oh, these ones got hit him. And another Tinkerbot, and let's see another method of handling these things. I recommend the spider venom. It's a free projectile that you can spam and spam and spam, and he won't even get a chance to move if you just keep firing it like that. The spider venom is very valuable. Hey, what are you doing up there? And here we have another use for the spider. You could do this part with a harpy as well, but there are death spikes on both sides of on both the ceiling and the floor, so if you are going to use the harpy, you might want to be careful in that regard. Or you could just use the spider and safely cross these walls here. And if you have the spider venom, taking this enemy out is no problem. Just be kind of careful if you're moving your spider along the edge, because it is very easy to fling yourself straight into spikes. And we're across. And now they're laying the fog on rather thick. We have another Tinkerbot to get past. But no problem. It's time for more Shantae Spinball. Oh, okay, and we made it to the top already. This one's a little precariously placed. Oh, you are a pest. And we have another pipe maze. Once again, head down, all the way down for a heart, and then make your way to the middle section. And there will be a pipe going straight down, and boy, things are looking red hot here. And now we just need to ram down this door as an elephant. A few rams, and in we go. We found Risky already! So, you just couldn't mind your own business, could you? Had to see what my army of Tinkerbats were building. As I recall, you invited us to come here. Well, here's your answer. Thanks to all 4 magical stones, I'm about to put the finishing touches on my steam-powered Venomoth. With me at the helm, no town on land or sea will ever oppose my rule again. Ho ho ho! Prepare yourself for the awesome might of my all-purpose, steam-powered Tinker Tank! And this thing may sound threatening, and oh my gosh, she just dropped a trap floor on us, and here we are on a floating platform right in front of the Tinker Tank, and this is probably one of the most disappointing final battles I've ever seen. Anyway, start out by turning into a harpy, and then fly your way up. See this steam shooter here? This is the only thing in this entire fight that can even damage you, and we just got past it, no problem. This thing has absolutely no defenses to speak of. Anyway, just fly your way to the top, come in through the top of the head, and then change it to a monkey for the rest of this. Honestly, the hardest part of this whole battle is figuring out what you have to do and how to get inside. After that, all you have to do is come and find these 5 spin wooden wheels here, hit them with your monkey claw, or switch into a girl if you need to, and then destroy the magical stones as they appear out of the pipes. That's literally all there is to this. And there's nothing to prevent you from being able to do this. Seriously, there's no weapons on this machine at all. Nothing to oppose you wrecking the insides that's powering this thing. Seriously. All she needs to do is put in some common enemies, maybe a few turrets here and there. That would certainly add to the challenge of this otherwise incredibly disappointing boss fight, if you can even call it that. It's more of a maze, puzzle, I can't even really call it that, because it's the exact same thing on both sides. It's a mirror image. But anyway, once you take out all 4 of the stones, You then take out the steam engine at the middle, and that's basically the end of this, quote, boss fight. But seriously, this thing could really benefit from some more enemies and challenges and whatnot. I mean, I'm not much of a fan of time limits, but even that would have been a better choice. Like, maybe if Shantae had 3 minutes to destroy this thing before it reaches such and such destination, if you don't do it, then you have to do the whole thing over again, but no, we get nothing. It's just a big disappointment. Anyway, destroy the 4 stones, the steam engine appears in the middle, slash it 20 times, you destroy it, and the Tinker Tank at the same time, and that's all there is to it. And then you're blasted back in front of Risky, along with the Tinker Tank's head. No! How is this possible? Did you see the way it was designed? There were no weapons on it. How is this not possible? My Tinker Tank, it's nothing but rubble! I'll slice you to bits and dance on your runny innards! Whoa, whoa, Risky, we're trying to maintain E rating here. But now begins the true final boss of the fight. We're up against Risky Boots, and this is hands down the hardest fight in the game. Simply because of the way Risky jumps around like a lunatic, and the limited opportunities you have to get your attacks in. As you can see, I'm trying to get a few hair whips in, but I'm not having a whole lot of luck here because she has so many invincibility frames. When she has her sword out, you can't hit her. When she's jumping around, you can't hit her. The only times you can hit her is when she's standing still or laughing at you. Otherwise, she's invincible. So she spends like 90% of this fight unhurtable. If you're coming into this fight thinking that you're going to hair whip her to the finish, if all you have at your disposal is the hair whip or the elephant attacks, then be prepared for one of the most frustrating boss fights you'll ever encounter. You need projectiles for this fight, like this one. And also shoot them when they can connect, like that. Risky doesn't seem to do a very good job dodging these things, so you'll definitely want the Fire Flash and not the Hair Whip attack, because at some point it's going to seem like the Hair Whip doesn't do anything. And of course you'll also want to bring a lot of potions, because she can really wreck you with all this jumping and sword slashing around. But if you pay attention to her pre-animations, you should know how to respond to what she's going to do to you. If she pulls out her sword, she's going to come slashing towards you. And if she pulls out her gun, duck. Ow. But yes, I guess Risky decided to hoard all the difficulty of the game's bosses to herself, because none of the other bosses in this game really put up much of a fight, now did they? Stop jumping around, you pest. And yeah. It's kind of a drawn-out fight because she does take quite a bit of hits in order to bring down. So make sure you're well-equipped for this fight. If you are ill-equipped for this fight, she will make you pay dearly. At this point, it's just dodgy attacks where you need to, and get your hits in when you can, and hope that she doesn't jump away when you try and get a hit in. Really, why can't I shoot her during that? Ugh. But honestly, the best recommendation I can make for this fight is to switch into a spider form if you have the spider venom attack. Let's see if I can get that in before she comes in to attack. Ooh, that was lucky. Because then you can just spam the spider venom because it's a free projectile. It does take a good bit of the challenge out, but if this fight is just too much for you, then, yeah, that's an option. Also, as a spider, she can't shoot you because she shoots too high. Once you knock the hat off, you know you're getting close to finished. However, once the hat comes off, she's done playing games. She has taken this fight a lot more seriously, and she's not going to laugh at you anymore. All you get is that standing attack, which is a risky time to attack her. No pun intended, for once. Because while she's just standing there, she tends to want to throw yourself into her face. It's a very risky way to be. Because if you're going at this with just the hair attack, then that requires you to get up into her face, which she is all too happy to jump into. So no, she doesn't play very nice, especially during this phase without her hat. Let's go ahead and bust out one of my vials. I decided to pick up some of these vials that fully restore your health. Let that fill up real quick, and let's switch over to the flash again. Let's see if we can finish her off. You're finished, Risky. Give up. Never! You'll never leave this place alive! Ho ho ho! And so Risky jumps off screen, even though I put her off screen so we can't actually see that, and Shantae will automatically change into a harpy for an exciting escape sequence. Just move left and right to avoid the fireballs, and hopefully you have plenty of health going into this segment because you don't get a chance to heal after you're done fighting Risky. You can't fly any faster no matter how fast you press A, so just use left and right and you'll auto-fly up. Watch the bottom of the screen to see where the bubbling is happening, and you should be able to position yourself in a way to avoid the fireballs. Hopefully better than I am. But not all the fireballs can even reach the top, and it's not particularly long either. So as long as you have at least 4 hearts, you should be okay. Anyway, the island starts exploding, and Harpy Shantae flies away. Really, why did we need a beam of light to get back anyway, when she could have just done this, or used one of her warping dances? I don't know. But then, a dream sequence happens. And sparkles. Welcome, Shantae. Where am I? What is this place? I can't see a thing, except little blue sparkles. Do not be afraid. You are with friends. You have entered the Genie Realm. The Genie Realm? How did I get here? I was just in the sky in the middle of the day. In the middle of suddenly daytime island, and what's going on? Oh, hello, Guardian Genie that I helped in the Dribble Fountain, Golem Mine, and all the other places. We brought you here to present you with a gift. A reward for your valor in the face of evil. A reward? You have withstood many trials and exceeded your potential as a half-genie. Now, by combining our magic, we will make you a full genie. Do you really mean it? Yes, you can stay in the Genie Realm and finally be with your own kind. You will be a half-genie no longer. Sounds like a pretty sweet deal. But what about my friends? And Uncle Bad Advice? Will I still get to see them? Genies must never interfere with the mortal world. I know you will miss them, but you will be much happier here, where there is peace and harmony. We will leave the choice up to you. And so she must decide, does she want to be a full genie, or does she want to stay in a world full of mortals? I want to be a true genie more than anything, but not at the cost of my friends and family. I can't just leave them alone in a world that needs me. Half a genie is better than none, after all. Then you will decline our gift? I'm afraid so. So noble. Then we will send you back. Farewell, Shantae. Holy cleavage! Seriously, can this screen go any lower? Shantae! Apparently Mimic is around. I am a dog. Woof woof. Shantae, wake up! Are you alright? When I saw Risky's Island go up in smoke, I was afraid you'd had it. Mimic, I'm sorry. I destroyed the steam engine. I had to. Don't worry about that. I can see now that the world isn't ready for steam engines. We'll just have to put the Industrial Revolution on hold, I guess. Oh well. I'm just glad you came back to me in one piece. Mimic, I've decided to tell the mayor that I'm not a full-fledged genie. Wait, why the sudden topic change? If he's going to keep me as the town's guardian, I want him to know the truth. Alright, if you feel that strongly about it, I'll leave it up to you. Thanks for the moral support! And here comes the mayor, whose name I forgot to mention, by the way, is Mayor Scuttlebutt. Hence the name Scuttletown. Yeah. I overheard what you were talking about with Mimic. Don't worry, you've saved Scuttletown. You're our hero. Really? Yes, absolutely. I don't care if you're a half genie or not. You'll always be our champion. Oh, well, isn't that nice? Shantae gets to stay, after all. Woo! But can I get you for half price? No! Oh, Mayor. And there you have it. That is the end of the game. The Tinkerbats are forced to fix Shantae's house that they destroyed at the beginning of the game, and all is well and good. And what happened to Risky Boots exactly? Well, we have a game coming up called Risky's Revenge, so I imagine she probably got out just fine. But that's a bridge we'll cross when we get to it. So, yeah, what can I say about this game that I haven't already? It is a fantastic thrill ride from start to finish. One of the last 8-bit games to be developed for a proper 8-bit system, so what a note to go out on, this 8-bit era. I certainly enjoyed it, and anyone who enjoys Zelda, Metroid, Castlevania, those kinds of games, you will certainly enjoy this game as well. It kinda gets a little weird at the end, directing itself, telling the player what they need to do. But overall, I feel the game does a pretty good job of dictating what direction you need to go in. And really, the animations, the gameplay, all of it, the music, it's all great. This is a great game. That's all I can say. I'll give it 9 out of 10 overall. I enjoyed it quite a bit. Oh look, the Mario Club tested this game too. Very nice. So, yeah. That was Shantae for the Game Boy Color. Yes, I will be tackling the rest of the series. Shantae Risky's Revenge will come along at some point. As well as the other 2 games in the series, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, and Shantae Half Genie Hero, once those 2 games are released. So, with that, I believe we have now reached the end. I might do an extra video to show off a few other things I wanted to show. But for now, that is the end of Shantae, and the end of this LP. Thank you for watching, this is the Red, and I'll see you next game.